Uh-oh, you are now listening to
D, the delinquent.
on the podcast.
This is Many Hats, no cap, baby.
D, the delinquent. Many hats, no cap.
Welcome to Many Hats, no cap with delinquent. Hard decisions. Life is full of many of them. I mean, think about it. From financial strategies to employment to which vitamins you should take, which vitamins you shouldn't take, what you should eat, what you shouldn't eat, to booking vacations, to love, to friendships, and picking which goddamn cereal you should buy this time around. I know you feel me, because ain't nothing harder than picking which damn cereal you should buy when it's time to, bro. Dude, think about it. It's fucking hard. I love cereal. I really do. But that is a hard decision to make when it's time to make that decision. I'll be in that cereal aisle and it all looks good. Because, damn, it's all damn good. But if you dig deeper, I mean, that's kind of like life, bro. Everything in life seems to be good, seems to be chill, seems to be beautiful, yada, yada, yada. But then you got to make the choice. You got to make the decision. And then you got to follow through. And then you'll figure out if it was worth it or not. And if you want to go through it next time around, or if you should just stay away from that shit and advise others. I know you feel me. So one time I was fired from a job that involved cereal. Cereal played a part in this debacle, this situation, whatever you want to call it. I was working at Wally World. You know, the blue and gold, the smiley face with the rollback prices and yada yada. The opposite of Target. I was working there, and I was fired. Who would have thought? To be honest with y'all, it was probably one of the worst jobs I ever had. See, I had a manager named Sarah, and then above her was this dude named Lenny. Yeah, I'm calling him out because fuck him. And they had a thing going on. They was fucking. Everybody knew it, but nobody said shit because nobody's a snitch unless you're Sarah and Lenny, which is fucking weird. I was there for about 2 to 3 months. I want to say 2.5. Let's just say 2.5 months, okay? And I got in the place because I really needed a job, and this lady named Maria, she got me in. And I thanked her, and I still thank her to this day. But it was a mistake. Bad choice. I shouldn't have picked that cereal. You feel me? So I worked there for about 2.5 months. Now, I started having problems towards the end because Sarah then became my boss and she started fucking with the schedule. Now, this was way back during the time before, phones was really cracking. In order to see your schedule, you had to be at the location, look on their computers, which was fucking lame. Instead of just posting, a months-long schedule and posting it on the hallway or something. No, it wasn't like that. You had to go on this computer, log in, and check your schedule. Sarah kept switching up my schedule. When I would have a day off, she would change the schedule to where I'm back on the next day, even though I had 2 days off. So how the fuck would I know I'm supposed to work tomorrow if I got 2 days off back to back? It made no fucking sense. And then, they give you points, they write you up, yada, yada, yada. And I complained about it. I told Sarah, I was off Monday and Tuesday, Sarah. How the hell are you going to put me on Tuesday? She says, we have every right to change the schedule within yada, yada, yada. And I said, so I'm supposed to come here all my days off and look at the schedule to see if there's any changes? She didn't have an answer for that. But then I heard through the grapevine, Sarah just didn't like me. And also Lenny didn't like me. He was an ex-cop or some shit. Stupid motherfucker. Anyway, so I just dealt with it. I knew I was going to quit, but not just yet, because I still needed the funds, you feel me? But one day, me and Sarah and Lenny got into this big old heated argument. Whatever. I ended up stocking some shelves or some shit. I was pissed off. I was just slamming the beans down, slamming this and down. Then I had to go to the cereal section. I had to stock up some cereals. When I was stocking up some cereals, I saw this lady with a stroller. I'm trying to look inside the stroller. I didn't see no baby in there. I'm looking, maybe there's a dog, because a lot of people do that. There was no dog in there either. but she had a whole bunch of blankets in there, making it look like there was a baby, but there was no baby. And I'm just stalking. And to be honest, I was trying to avoid eye contact with her because a lot of people that work at Walmart, y'all know what I'm talking about. You try to avoid eye contact with customers because you don't want them to bother you. You don't want them to ask you where the fucking WD-40 is. You don't want them to ask you where the paper plates is. Because all that, because their policy is you're not supposed to just point to where the shit's at. They want you to stop what you're doing and walk them over to the shit. Annoying, bro. Fuck that. Anyway, and by the way, before I continue this story, let me tell you why I also hate Wally World. I mean, don't get me wrong. Good prices, great for the consumer, but horrible to work there. They're fucking lame to their employees. I have a homie named Arsonist. Great cat. He worked at Walmart for about 20 years as a butcher, making great money. Then out of nowhere, with no warning, no nothing, they just laid him off. Like that. I think it had to do with them being bought out or some, not bought out, but they sold the majority of their shares to some Chinese company or whatever, and they wanted to just get rid of all the high-paying top dogs, you feel me? I think it was something to do with that. But Arsonist was able to land a better job at another company. I think Kroger. But anyway, so, yeah, fuck Wally World. Anyway, back to the story. I'm pissed off. I'm stalking the cereals. I'm trying to avoid eye contact with this lady with this stroller. And she knows what's up. She knows I'm not looking at her. Whatever. But then I noticed she wasn't really looking at items. Instead, she was looking around, like her head was on a swivel. You know what that means. That means she's trying to steal some shit. Whatever. I'll let LP deal with that shit. Let them do their fucking job. That's what they get paid for. Anyway, right when I looked at her, she takes a box of Lucky Charms and puts them in that stroller. And I just went right back to what I was doing. And then she bailed. Bro, I'm telling you, she fucking bailed. Damn near ran out that aisle trying to get out the door. But no, they caught her. And let me tell you how they caught her. Before she put those Lucky Charms in her stroller, she also jacked some ground beef and some frozen chicken. And Sarah saw this. She told Lenny, and they brought it to the LP's attention, and then LP got the sheriff involved, yada yada. So they were on this lady's ass because of Sarah and Lenny. And bro, I'm telling you, Sarah made this a whole fucking spectacle. She made this shit a whole fucking theatrical event and shit, like trying to be fucking Miss CSI and shit. It was fucking cringe as fuck. But anyway, they were already waiting for this lady that was stealing shit at the front door. When she got to the front door, a whole big thing happened. I didn't see it. I was still stalking, the aisle in the cereal section. So when I was done, I had to go back to the back of the warehouse, put more shit on my cart, and stock some more. But when I was done, I go back to stock some more. Sarah, Lenny, and the LP dude comes to me. LP dude says, "Hey, Joe, we need to talk to you for a second." I go, "What's up?" He goes, "Let's go to the office." Sarah with her stupid ass clipboard. Lenny with his stupid ass clipboard. LP dude was cool. He was always cool. So we go to this office, and then Sarah says, "Joey, this is just not gonna work out. We're gonna have to let you go." Okay, why? Well, numerous reasons. You missing days that you're scheduled, and I interrupted her, of course. No, fuck that. We talked about you always switching the schedule. That's bullshit. Well, okay, that's neither here or there. Let's talk about what happened today. And I'm confused as fuck. I go, what happened today? And she goes, "Well, we're looking back at the camera, and you seen this woman steal, and you didn't say nothing." What? And then Lenny says, "Yeah, we operate with integrity around here, and you didn't say anything." I look at the LP dude, and I just kind of chuckled, like, this is crazy. And she says, "What's so funny?" And I tell her, "I'm not LP, bitch. Let him do his fucking job. Let them do their fucking job. I was doing my fucking job. I don't get paid to snitch and rat and try to play hero." Lenny and Sarah damn near lost their shit. LP dude, He knew what the fuck was good. LP dude then says, hey bro, let's just be real, you ain't happy here. It's just time to go. I'll accept that because that's the truth. I was not fucking happy. I hated that fucking place. I still shop there though. Great prices. Like I said, great for the consumer, horrible for employees. Horrible. Anyway, so during those 2.5 months there, I got super close with a lot of the techs in the lube department, you know, where they do the oil changes and the tire changes. And I wanted to say goodbye because this Wally World that I was working at was on the other side of town. So I know I'm not going to see a lot of them probably ever again. I had to say bye. LP dude said cool. So I get all my shit out my locker. I walk across the store. I, dap everybody up, say my goodbyes, yada, yada, yada. And I bought a monster. And I started walking out through the back. As I'm walking out through the back, Lenny, Sarah, LP dude, they pass me. They're not walking to the front. They now know that I am leaving the premises because I'm walking out the back door and that's where I parked my car. Right before I hit that back door, I seen a cart. And in that cart was the shit that lady was trying to steal. The box of Lucky Charms, some ground beef, and some frozen chicken. Just 3 items, right there. When I opened the door, sunlight cracked in. For those of you that know, in the back of the warehouse at Wally World, it's kind of dark. And then when you crack open the door, that light just beams, boy. So I cracked open the door and the light beamed. Boom. I'm squinting. I look around real quick and I see that lady. She doesn't have the stroller this time though. And she's like kind of walking fast towards the wash. Saw the lady. I still got the door open. I reached back in. I grabbed those 3 items. The Lucky Charms, the ground beef, and the frozen chicken. Put them in my arm, like a Heisman football player and shit. Walked out the door and I said, hey. Door shut behind me. She looked at me and she goes, I'm leaving, sir. And I go, nah, come back real quick. I'm walking towards her. She's walking towards me. She goes, what's up? I go, here, take them. Oh my God, thank you. She gets them. She's putting them under her sweater. Oh my God, thank you so much. I go, no, don't even worry about it. So now I'm walking to my car. And she's walking alongside with me. And I tell her, I don't think you should be walking with me. You should just keep going the direction you was going. Oh, it's all right. And then she starts talking to me. Thank you so much. You have no idea. I just been trying to get something to eat, and I got a kid at home, and well, I don't have a home, but I got a kid that's depending on some food too, and my situation's all fucked up. My husband stole my EBT card, and he sold all of it, and she's just going on and on and on and on. She started to calm down. My car was kind of far, but not so far. I'm still walking towards my car, and we're talking. Now, I'm getting kind of paranoid, like, fuck, this bitch is gonna ask for a ride. I literally pass by my car and keep walking. And she's still talking to me. Now, the more that she's talking to me, she's starting to relax and chill. Her anxiety ain't through the roof anymore, and we're kind of just, getting to know each other, just talking, conversating. I do a loop, I do another loop, and I do another loop. We're literally just walking around this parking lot talking to each other. I didn't want her to see that I had a car. Well, anyway, I really gotta go now. So I go back towards my car, and then she says, oh, do you exercise or something? I said, no, I just quit. I was just walking around. That's all I wanted to say. So I said, do you need a ride or something? And then she says, no, not at all. I don't have anything to give you for these, so I just thought I could at least give you a conversation. Damn. That had me thinking. That had me tripping. I'm too caught up with thinking people want shit, you know what I mean? People do always want shit. That's just what it is, but I'm too caught up with thinking that someone always just wants shit when you give them shit and yada, 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 and nah. She was trying to return the favor with all she had, which was nothing. Just a friendly combo. And that's crazy, bro. That's fucked up. When I think about it, I mean, I'm over here complaining, thinking that a hard decision to make is choosing which cereal to buy. What's crazy is, right before I get in my car, she tells me, "Oh, thank you for the cereal. To be honest, if I would have known you would have got me any cereal, I would have picked maybe some Cinnamon Toast Crunch or something." And I started laughing. And then she says, "I only tried to steal the Lucky Charms because I didn't think the camera was near that area." Again, I'm thinking that a hard decision to make is choosing which cereal to buy. And in her case, on that day, it was which cereal could I get away with stealing just to fucking have some food to eat.
D, the delinquent. Many hats, no cap.